Welcome everyone. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new video, and today we are going to be talking about Ark of Osiris and Rise of Kingdoms. We're going to be recapping all the events of week 1. We're going to go through some scores, some surprises, some, there weren't too many, but we're going to definitely recap on those. We're looking forward to week 2. We're going to preview that as well as show y'all the matches that we are going to be we have up for votes on our Discord server for potential matches that we may cast. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like on this video, lets us know that you like this kind of content, and consider jumping on our Discord. We are going to be running the Madness tournament. It's a perfect bracket challenge for our US based players. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely consider jumping on our Discord. That way you can participate and potentially win some good prizes. So without further ado, ladies and gents, we are going to just dive right into it. We're going to fire up a little music. And Corazon, good morning from Indonesia. Welcome. Good morning. It's good evening over here. I think, what is it? 7:42. So good morning to you, man. Hope you have a fantastic day. We are going to be chatting about some Osiris League, but before we do that, we're going to fire up some music, and yeah, then we're just going to dive right into it. So hope you enjoy. I'm going to flip over the screen right now. I may need to shuffle around my camera. That way it doesn't block everything, but we will. 7:42 that may. But we will get through it, ladies and gents. So I hope y'all enjoy everything. So let's fire up. Actually, you know what? Before let me fire up some music real quick. I'm going to move the cam because I think it's going to block some of the stuff. And then we will kind of go from there. So give me 1 second. Let me get this. We're going to put on some more chill music today. There you go. All right, cool. I'm going to do that. Give me 1 second. Let me update the overlay real quick. And after I update the overlay, we'll be ready to rock and roll. So just so y'all know, ladies and gents, if y'all haven't noticed already, we are steadily increasing our sub count, thanks due to the tremendous support within the community. So thank y'all so much. We can't thank y'all enough. It truly does mean the world to us. If you haven't already and you're watching this video and you haven't subbed to the channel, definitely consider it. We'd absolutely love to have you as a part of the Burrito gang. So we are growing. We've grown over 100 subs in the last week, just from our Osiris League casts. So if you're looking forward to that kind of stuff, definitely consider subbing to the channel. We'd absolutely love to have you. So let me move my camera real quick. And that's probably about as good as we're going to be able to get it. So it hopefully will block the least amount of content. That way we're not worrying about that. But without further ado, we are going to open up the Osiris League, the schedule. We're going to start at Division 1. This is going to be our week 1 recap. So we're going to be recapping all the nitty-gritty details. Some, more often than not, week 1 isn't that surprising because you're getting matched up with the most powerful people against your weakest people within your group. So, but I will say there were some matches that were very, very close, and there was actually one really big upset. So we're gonna point that out, make sure we give props to him. I'm gonna get a little water real quick. All right. So in group 1, it appears that our big boy alliances all made their presence known. K530 is their top 32 kingdom, so they handled their business pretty well. All right. So with that, the scores pretty much tell the story. It wasn't very, very close. There were a couple that were pretty close, but not too many. 1341, everyone knows that is their top 32 in Division 2. For the most part, it's the same thing kind of going through. 93T had a really good showing, so I will say that for sure. 93 surprised me. I didn't think they were going to come out that hot, but they came out pretty hot. So I'm interested to see how this pool rolls out as we keep going. All right, let's go on to Division 3, where 49F is going to be your top 32 team coming in Division 3 for the across the board. Now the SN game was very, very close. So I will say that we were casting a different match, but I promise you, we had our members that were in our chat telling us, and we actually caught the very end of the SN match. And that was actually a really, really close one. I believe the last arc was the deciding factor, and it was captured in the last 30 seconds of the match in order to give them this lead. So tremendous victory for SN. They're in Kingdom 307. So keep your eyes out for them. They could make a splash in this Division 3. So, all right, let's see. MTO is going to be your top 32 team in this one. We did cast BD47, and for those of y'all who don't know who BD47 is, keep your eyes out. They are a up-and-coming team. Very, very good teamwork, very coordinated. You know, they do follow each other very well, which is awesome. So it's awesome to see. Power wise, they're a little bit lower than what you would ideally want for like a big upset, but they can still pull an upset. So I will say that. So keep your eyes on BD47. I believe in not this coming week, but in week 3 they will be playing MTO. And more often than not, I believe that's going to be deciding the group. So that will be a big one. So I look forward to seeing that match for sure. For the rest of the group, nothing crazy. You know, your big boys won over the little ones. One of the big surprises for those of y'all who don't know, it kind of flew a little under the radar, but this NC beating HKSS. For those of you who don't know, HKSS is the second alliance to HKL. So HKL's second alliance just lost to NC. So that's a big name going down, especially in that kingdom. All right, let's move on to Division 5. All right, Division 5, 87 GV is going to be your top 32 alliance. They handled their business fairly well. DSP handled theirs. So there's a lot of good names in here. A couple that dropped. C209 fell in this one in Group D. But for the most part, they're the big two alliances that I thought were gonna take care of business did, and that's DSP and 87 GV. So, all right, let's move on to Division 6. Division 6, BBTH is your top 32. They handled business. It wasn't even the score says it was a little bit better than what it was, and man, it was rough. But I will say 81 RZ, for those of y'all sleeping on them, don't sleep on them. 81 RZ are the old 96 RZ. So they are a very, very good crew. So as you can see by the points, I don't care what team you are. If a team doesn't let you score, you know, more than 2,000 points in an Osiris League match, you know you're doing something right. So keep your eyes out. 81 RZ could be the upset of this division. I actually called that they would win this division over BBTH. So keep your eyes out for it, and then we will keep track and see how this plays out, because I have a feeling this first round, when you get into the group play, this first round right here, A1 versus B1, is going to be between the two big boys, and the other two we'll see. LFAM is still very good. So this group by itself is very stacked. So across the board compared to most of the others. So keep your eye on Division 6. All right, here we go. Division 7, SFS is going to be your top 32 alliance. 93L coming out with a big win. I know keep your eyes out for them as well. They could be making some waves, so we will see. We will keep our eyes out for them. But for the most part, those are our two big boys in this division that we definitely want to keep our eyes out for. Okay. If y'all agree or disagree, let me know in the chat. I'd love to to know what teams to keep my eyes out for. I know there's a couple that have already grabbed my eye. So if there's some, I know we have our eye on Wink Wink CB from 307. They're making some waves as well. SN, it seems like 307 came to play this Ark of Osiris. They're actually courting 3 big boy teams in the Osiris League. So, and all 3 won. So it's going to be very interesting. All right, 166 is going to be your top 32 team in here in division number 8. Okay. For the most part, we do have Z415. Berkey SFs versus 993L will be good. Okay, yeah, we're gonna kind of come through all those when we do our week 2 recap. So I'm going through the week 1. We're kind of going through all the scores, surprises, all that kind of stuff. And then after that, we're going to go quickly through them again. And we're going to preview the matches that are going to be coming this week and what we think are going to be the surprises, not so much of a surprise, and some that could come completely out of left field. So we will definitely do that. So Z415, that's going to be Ronnie, Legend Ronnie's Alliance. So not a surprise there. It will be a very interesting group stage between 166 and Ronnie's old alliance, or Ronnie's alliance. So we will see about that one. 411S could have something to say about that. They're a very good team as well. So this is a very sneaky group. So keep your eyes on it. I still firmly believe 166 will take it, but I'm confident that it's going to be pretty level throughout. So just keep your eyes out on that. Division number 9. We have UCS, a powerhouse UCS, top 32 team in this group in Division 9. And outside of them, this group isn't very stacked. I would say NLK is a very good team, so we'll keep our eyes out for them. It could be very sneaky, but for the most part, most of these teams are okay. You know, they're not bad. They made it into Osiris League, but they're not your top tier like what we saw last season. So NLK, keep your eyes on them. Could get interesting very quick, but UCS I still do see taking the division very easily. All right, division number 10. I believe it's let me see real quick. I believe the top 32 is 235E, but let me see. Oh, it's F95K. All right, let's see where they fell. So F95K. All right, so they're going to be our top 32 team. I haven't seen them play, but based on their score, they do have their stuff kind of down. NCB may have something to say about that. I actually picked NCB to take this division, so we'll see. I do know 47 is making some splashes, so if you haven't heard of them or watched them, definitely consider it. And yeah, those are going to be our three picks. And I still have NCB taking this division by surprise. All right, here we go. Division number 11, Smash Squad. We have Mr. Chiskel Gaming, his alliance coming in Smash Squad, and they absolutely destroyed NCB, the other alliance in that kingdom. Not surprising, they're very coordinated. They've been playing together for a while, so you kind of expect that. 411L handling business. That is, once again, that's going to be a secondary alliance in Kingdom 411 or 1411, if y'all want to correct it. IF28, Shinshi's old alliance. He migrated out, but that is from Kingdom 228, handling their business. VNM handling a very close game, winning by 6K. There were several games that were won by less than 6K. One was even won by 300 points. It was absolute insanity. I have Smash Squad still taking this one, but 411L may have something to say about it, so we'll keep an eye on that one. All right, division number 12. We got 18 people hanging out with us, but 3 likes. Smash that like button, people. It means the world to us. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Let me see. Iron Rust. Check out Eve. That alliance is the same kingdom as BBTH. Interesting. What division were they in? Or did I already pass them, Iron? The coldest BBTH trash. Oh man, they came out of the woodwork. They're coming out. They're coming out to play. Just wait until y'all see the votes that we have on our Discord for this weekend. Should be fun. Division 11. Okay. I'll flip back real quick because I want to see who Eve is, and then let me see. I don't see Eve. Where's Eve? Eve. It's not in here, bud. I don't know. It's not Division 11. All right, so we're gonna move on to Division number 12. FN being the top 32 alliance in this division. Snow showing up in force just like we thought they would. 93's out here putting out some Osiris teams. We're gonna see. It'll be interesting to see how they rank up. But we could potentially see multiple alliances from Kingdom 93 make it in through their divisions. But I still I know a lot of people are choosing FN to win this division. I actually have Snow winning this division, beating FN in the first part of the bracket when it breaks out. So we'll see. I think it will be Snow versus 93P for the division win. Meanie, Coldest, Eve. LOL, they were Group B right there. Okay. I'll go check them out right now. So I still have Snow winning this division. Let me see. You said Group B. Oh, Eve right here. I was blind. Hello. Let's see where they're at. 3 billion. Okay. So it could be interesting. Who are they playing this year? Okay, so next week will be the interesting one because they're going to be playing against, I'm confident 411L is going to win their match this week. So that will be the decider for that division, for that group. All right, so we're moving on to Division 13. Here we go, peeps. Let's hang out. For those of y'all who know, I'm from Navi. So my boys and girls from Navi out here putting in work. They are our top 32 alliance in this division, Division 13. There's not too many I would say I would worry about. Now, this is an absolute, oh man. Like that, oh man. That's just getting shredded. 296. You had to have not shown up in order to score that. It's realistic. All right. But I still confidently say that Navi will take this division by storm. Let me see. Let's catch up in chat. Kingdom 399 has teams BBTH, Eve, MCO. All teams 2.9 billion and above. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good for power. Not necessarily for team, though. I know teams that are 2.5 or 2.4 that would probably beat 2.9s, but they've been together long enough. So power's good. Don't get me wrong, but after 2.5, it doesn't make a difference. A 185L will be a sleeper team in Division 12. Okay. Scott, interesting. I'll keep my eyes on them. I believe I actually have them on our division cast schedule as well. So if people vote for it, then we'll definitely be casting them. So keep an eye out for that. And I will show you all those in between. So we're doing the recap right now. I'll show you our cast schedule and then what our Discord members are going to be voting on, and then we will jump into the week 2 preview. All right, let's move it to Division 14. Yeah, everyone in that 399 kingdom is from a super powerful old Osiris. Oh, okay, so then that makes sense then. All right, Division 14. Our top 32 team in here is 0096. 0096 is going to be our top 32 alliance in Division 14. TX46, an alliance that a lot of people still remember from last season, making quick work. So those two are going to be, I believe it's going to be between those two and Sons of Destruction that are going to be deciding this division. So keep your eyes out. Should be a very good week of matches, especially because, kind of gives you a preview. This week's match is actually between the two winners from last week, which is TX46 and 0096. So this match this week could easily decide the winner of Group A. So keep your eyes on that in Division 14. I think whoever wins this match this week wins this division. So keep your eyes out on that one. All right, we got 1008 coming in as our top 32 team in Division 15. We have another alliance coming from 331 that's making waves. TR narrowly beating FTSF. And I know TR isn't known for Osiris League, but hey, if they're pulling wins out of their hat, then, you know, you got to kind of tip the hat to them. So well done on that one. I still think I got 1008 taking this division, but it should be fairly interesting to see 1008 versus BQQM or Boom, whatever we want to call them. Boom, boom, boom. One of the two. Division number 16, C9N, is going to be our top 32 team in this division. They handled their business, and for the most part, there's not very many alliances that I would be super concerned about. 234A is a very solid alliance in Osiris League, so keep an eye on them. I believe that's probably going to be the only threat that I see for C9N is going to be 234A. So keep your eyes on that one. All right, here we go. Here we go. Division number 17. I believe it's 92 SK that is going to be, let me make sure. Yeah, 92 SK. That's going to be our top 32 team in this Division 17, handling their business just as like most of the other top 32 teams this past week. 87 IB is a team to keep your eyes out for. Several players have told me to keep your eyes out for them. So I'm intrigued to watch them play as well. So I would say those are going to be our top two alliances in Division 17 to keep your eyes on. All right, Division 18. We got one AVG hanging out as our top 32 team in Division 18, handling business very easily. So I believe they have their division wrapped up. There's no one that I really truly see. 415 could potentially, but those would be the two alliances that I would see going at it, and that's pretty much it. Outside of that, I know I've seen them play, but they're okay. You know, they're not nothing fancy. So those would be. I still have one AVG taking Division 18. So, let's see. All right, Division 19. The N3X, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, N3X is going to be our top 32 team in here, narrowly beating SK57. So this is one of the reasons why when we did our forecast or our predictions at the very first, I didn't predict N3X making it as the division winners. I actually had it going between NBA 1, which I chose as the pick, but after watching them this past week, I can confidently say they will not be winning the division. But a lot of people were telling me to keep my eye out for Slap and PTOL, and I confidently can say I think PTOL can win this division very easily. Yeah, exactly, Vanquisher. I totally agree with you. I think after watching NBA 1, I was very disappointed. It was just very slow. You know, I felt like movements took forever. Like it just didn't seem like as fast paced as I remember MB1. So I am going to be giving it, I will say, I think PTOL or PTOL will be winning this division. So keep your eyes out. I think we got some surprises coming in Division 19. All right, Division 20. Let's get in it. HKL, this is their division. I don't see anybody pushing HKL. HKL looked just as nasty as they left off last Osiris League. So I just don't see it in division play right now that somebody's going to actually take them the distance. I think it's going to look like that throughout the entire divisional round for HKL. So that sums up Division 20 right off the rip. NBA, you migrate out. Yeah. See, so the other thing to keep your eyes out for ladies and gents, is remember a lot of these teams are coming out of a really nasty KVK. So there's a lot of teams that lost a lot of power in a matter of the last like 3 or 4 days. So after the match, a lot of teams had really the passes open for the enemy and they lost billions of power, I know, across the board. So keep your eyes out for that and see if that, we're going to check and make sure that that hasn't affected a lot of teams, but I know that it's affected at least a couple. Alrighty, I believe 1LN is the top 32 team. Yeah. So 1LN is the top 32 team in Division 21. And just like that, I actually don't have them. They're the old LG1 crew. I don't have them winning this. So I actually have LIIG taking this division. Still looking really filthy. They will be a force to reckon with. Mark my words. LIIG. They're going to take out some big boys in this tournament. So just make sure you keep your eyes out for them. It will come down between the first round where LIIG will face 1LN. Be an absolutely barn burner. So keep your eyes out for that one. Division 21. All right. Division number 22. Here we go. 412A is going to be the top 32 team in this division. But like I said before, I don't have them winning this division. I have Rose winning this division in Group C. So Rose, I've kept up with them. I casted them several times last season. I know what they bring to the table, coordination, and you can see by the score, they still got it. So I still have Rose taking this division over 412A. Yeah, Vanquisher. I know Vanquisher knows. All right, ladies and gents, if you're hanging out with us, do me a quick favor. Smash the like button, please. The likes help us grow and expand our audience, and we just want to keep growing our community. So if you don't mind doing me that quick favor, if you like this kind of content as well, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you. All right, so that's going to kind of wrap up Division 22. We still have Rose winning. We have them meeting 412A in this divisional championship. So, and I still have Rose winning it. So, all right, we're going to move on to division number 23. OUO coming in at our top 32 team for division number 23. They handled their business. I don't see a team that is blowing my skirt away. I have heard good things about Wet. Ironically, Group C and TPW I've heard good things about, but they narrowly beat their team. So we're gonna kind of keep our eyes out. Sup, man? Yeah, representing here, Iron Rust. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know we have our Discord members here, so thank y'all for coming and hanging out. Sup, man? We were top 32 last Osiris League, so hoping to do the same. Yeah. Trust me, I know. I kept my eyes on y'all. Trust me. I have y'all and Snow winning y'all's divisions, and y'all aren't top 32. So, but for those kingdoms, like I said, I bring it up because those kingdoms that came from Anubis into Horus don't know about y'all unless they watched. So there's no secret behind that. Just like 81RZ. If a lot of people wouldn't, if I wouldn't have said stuff, a lot of people would have flown under the radar. So I'm here to bring everyone into the light. All right, for Division 23, we still have OUO taking this. Surprisingly and not surprising, this division isn't as stacked as I would like it to be. But it's okay. We'll look forward to the other ones once we get into the group play aspect of stuff. All right, here we go. Division number 24. We got JWM. Need I say more? Yeah, come on, guys. Let's be realistic. I think JWM will take it comfortably. I think if they do have any sort of competition here, it will be NBA 2. But then again, NBA 1, NBA 2, we still have JWM taking this division very comfortably. All right, division number 25. WOS is going to be, or W0S is going to be our top 32 alliance in division number 25, handling their business as well. P245 out here representing as Ronnie's old alliance. So good luck to them. But for the most part, I confidently could say I think WOS is going to be taking their division number 25. All right, let's see. Division number 26. We got L359 as our top 32 team in this division. They handled their business. TN came out hot. That was one of the other teams that people told me to keep my eyes on. Go GT. I had my eyes on them already. They looked solid. FLT was a very solid team, so I expected that one to be kind of close. And the other two was okay. So I'm pretty confident I still have L359 taking this division, but I think it's going to be between them and Go GT in the divisional championship. TN, yeah. A lot of people keep telling me about TN. Let's see what their power is. 29, Sky 401. Hey, we had a 401 person join our Discord today. Representing. All right, division number 27. Here we go. For those of y'all who don't already know, here is our Discord link if you would like to join. And if you would like to support the channel, by all means, if you want to do more than just drop a like, then there's the link for that as well. All right, so RAIZ is going to be our top 32 team in division number 27. They won their match fairly well. They handled their business. Keep your eyes out for KS, for Kill Squad. They're going to be making some moves. They narrowly won their match this past week, but I do expect them. They are a younger team, so I do expect them to eventually start gradually evolving and growing as a group. But the surprise that has been brought to, which I've just never seen them play, but after watching them a little bit, I'm actually going to be quite impressed. It's going to be very interesting. Y'all are going to be interested by who I have playing for the divisional championship. Believe it or not, I actually have KS versus CB for our division championship. So keep your eyes out. Those two teams, it's going to be a brawl because we got 307 and KS. Could be very interesting. So keep your eyes out there. Raz, my allies for KVK, making us proud. I haven't fallen short, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, dude. A lot of these teams are going to be losing a lot of power. All right, here we go. OV bringing in the top 32 alliance in division 28. We all know OV handled their business. And let's see who else is in their division. TMM is a very solid team as well, narrowly winning their game. 47A, I was told to keep my eyes out for, so we will. So it's still very interesting. I still have OV winning this division, but it should be fairly interesting as we kind of wind down the divisional play. People migrating out of... Oh, interesting. I don't know why you would migrate, though. Like, why would you migrate right in the middle of Osiris League? I guess if you're not in it, it's okay, but... All right, division number 29. I believe this was where the upset took place. For those of y'all who are wondering, the big upset of the week, I believe, took place in division 29. There it is. We have 68A1 losing their first match by 10K points to SX54. So they're 33 and was 25. So there it is, folks. Our first upset. So like I said, power after 2.5 billion doesn't make a difference. It's just troop number. That's it. So 2.5 beating a 3.3. Division 29, first upset of Osiris League. So we're going to go back, check out the score. It was by 10K points. I wish I actually had the scoreboard. This is one of those things, if Lilith ever sees this video, I would really like to see, like, if you could click on this and then it populated the little report that the players get at the very end, where the Osiris, how many were captured, all that kind of stuff. Even if it's a little graphic, because that's really helpful information to let people know, like, how did they lose? Did they just lose because they lost all the arcs? Was the occupation score 3-1? You know, what was it? So that's just a side thing that if we could get, it would be nice. So now with that being said, I believe, oh yeah, my team lost. I had Lemon Stealing Hose taking the division just because they had a tremendous name, but it appears they lost their match. Lol. All right, here we go. Division. Let me see. Hold on. Let me catch up in chat real quick. Iron Rust. How many? Logan. What's going on, Gambit? Osiris. Madness. Oh, yeah. 77 lost a lot in the past weeks, and the recent reset of the New World bundle will make it worse. SX54. Yes, sir, Mr. Vanquisher. Iron Rust, yeah, my boys in 254 got a lot of friends over there. Hey, 254 played no joke. They're, you know, they were not playing around. SEK, really? Interesting. Okay. I'll keep my eyes out for them. This is one of those divisions that I think is going to be a toss-up. Because now with the top 32 team losing their first match, that essentially puts them almost out of contention for the division. So I think it's going to come down to the match between these two, and that will decide the division. So, all right, here we go. Division number 30. Here we go. Division number 30. BNW. Gecko Gaming's alliance that he is playing with. BNW handling their business. The second alliance from 59 coming through. Keep an eye on them. We'll see how far they progress. I know it's a fairly new team, and they've been shuffling players around who some used to be in JWM2 that are now in JWM. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare this Osiris League. But it will come down in my I think BNW should handle. TOA will be a hard out. But that's going to be the only contention that I see BNW having. They're my team. TX97 Underdogs. Underdog. All right, here we go. Division number 31. 411K. Hands down, handling their business. I think 411K is going to run through the table real hard. You're gonna make them all look bad, so we won't even you know, go through it because I feel bad. OV has their second alliance here. I'll be interested to see how those two interact, but I still think 411K is just too much to handle. They have probably 98% of their team that won the championship last season in the Anubis realm, and then they added more pieces, more heavy hitters on their Osiris League team, so keep your eyes out for them. All right, division number 32, GSB, is our top 32 kingdom in division number 32. But I believe, I don't remember who I had winning this division. I think it was MB2, but both MBs seem to have lost. So I know a lot of my members were telling me to check out TT over here in Group D. So we'll keep our eyes out for them and see how they fare out. I think GSB just might have too much firepower, but we'll see. Did you hear 77 lost a full tech alliance? Wow. Migrators disbanded it and tried to fake the former leader's name to blame her. Oh man, that's terrible. All right, so we're gonna head back to Division 1. I'm gonna bring up something real quick. Give me 1 second. So for those of y'all who don't know, we did put our Discord in the link in the live chat, as well as in the description below. this is what our, here, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that might be too big. I want it all on one screen. Wait 1 second. There we go. So these are the matches we have mapped out so that our members can actually choose from right now. So all they're doing is coming in, hitting the icon for the matches they want to see for those time slots, and whichever emoji has the most selections per time slot are going to be the ones that we're going to be casting this week. So we truly want to leave it up to our Discord members, let them choose the matches they want to see, and just deliver the content that y'all want to see. So we do have some good ones coming up in week 2. We'll lead off with this that way, because I firmly do believe that I've chosen the most competitive matches for the week per time slot, so that y'all can kind of get a gist of where we're going to be looking at. So Logan or Gambit is going to be, oh, he probably misspelled it, but it's all right. So at 3 UTC, so they did add in a new time for this coming week at 3 UTC. We're going to keep our eyes on it. I'm not sure, just because of the time slot. It might be we're putting it as tentative, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be up at that time, because it's going to be Saturday night, super late. And then if we plan on getting up at 9 UTC to cast that match, that's at 4 in the morning our time. So we're keeping the 3 UTC as a tentative time. So those matches may or may not happen, but I do plan on 100% casting the 9 UTC, because it's the only match at 9 UTC. So we're going to start there. Then we have our 13 UTC matches, which is DG. Most of these matches are going to be against both alliances that each won their week 1 match. So that's why I think these will be the most competitive ones for the week. So if you have to look at anything, definitely check this out, because this is where your eyes are going to want to look for the matches you're going to want to see this weekend. K503, HKSS, those are going to be playing. BBTH, 24PG, both of those won last week. 81RZ versus KU68. I believe 81 was the only one that won out of those two. Smash Squad versus HGS, both of those won last week. LIIG versus 349S, I believe only LIIG won. KS versus TSE, both of those teams won last week. Then we move into our 15 UTC slot. 341 versus G111. I believe 341 is the only one that won. 93T versus 143X. I believe both of them won. As well as Snow versus HBWR. Then we get into the really, really good one that I'm hoping that our members vote for. Because if they vote for it, I promise you're not going to be disappointed. It is our TX46 versus 0096. Both of those are big boy alliances going at it. They both won their previous matches. And I firmly do believe whoever wins this match will win their division. So we'll see if our members keep an eye on it. 1AVG is always an animal versus V163. I think that will be an absolute blowout. 351P versus N3X. I still have N3X winning, but by a narrow margin. Raz versus K179. I actually think Raz will lose this week. Let me see. SX54, and I put it in parentheses, beat top 32 team last week, is going to be playing against 60 FS, and I believe they're coming off a loss. So that way, if y'all want to scope that team out, definitely let us know. We are building out our Discord. And then 19 UTC, we have some big boy games coming on. LFAM versus BR58 should be a really good one. LL61 versus 166 will be a good one as well. And CB versus HD. So for those of y'all who want to check out, that's going to be kind of the gist of our week 2 preview, because I firmly do believe these are going to be the matches that are going to be the closest ones out of all the pool for this coming week. All right. So I know that Gambit dropped the Discord link in the chat. Yeah, dude. 3 UTC. It's just so weird. Like, the spacing between the matches is just really weird. It doesn't make sense to me. Because, like, I'll give you an example right here. For me as a caster, I'm coming in at 9 UTC, right? I start at 8:30 UTC. The match ends. It's about, what, 10 something? Then I have a 3-hour break between the next match. And then I have, once I cast the 13 UTC, I have like a 30-minute break. And then I cast the 15. And then I have a 2-hour break. And dude, it's just, the timing's really wonky. Like, I wish they would just keep it on one day. Because they said it was supposed to be one day. And 3 UTC isn't on one day. It's on 2. For US-based players, it's on 2. So it's just something to keep your eyes on. Just a little suggestion for Lula if they ever see this, which probably won't, but it's okay. All right. Let's see. So we're gonna kind of go through after week 1. We're gonna see if our decision on division winners changed. If not, then we'll just let y'all know it's the same, and then we'll kind of go through everything. And then after that, if y'all have any questions, statements, you want to shout out your alliance, if you want me to shout out your alliance, whatever you want, we will do it. And we will hang out for just a little bit. And then we will probably do a little something depending on if my hooded wife back here. Let me see real quick if y'all can check this shit out. That's my wife. All right, here we go. All right, so back to Division 1. Meow. Still not impressed. I still think K530 is going to be taking it. We're just going to go real quick. I don't want to... If y'all think someone different, then let me know in the chat. That way, 341, 100%. Division 2. In Division 3, I still have 49F. I think SN will put up a really good fight, but I still think 49F will take it. All right, MTO. Yeah, MTO is going to be taking this. I think, I hate to say it because my boys in BD47 know that I love them. I just think that, man. Dude, that's going to be tight. I think it's going to be really close. Because I will tell y'all, if y'all sleep on BD47, MTL will lose. I'll tell you right now. If they sleep on them, they'll lose. If they treat them like they would treat like a lower powered alliance, they will lose. And for those of y'all who watched, we casted them last week and they absolutely destroyed. Made a lot of fans in that last match because of how coordinated they were. So MTO, if you watch this, keep your eyes out. They will surprise you if you take them lightly. They will beat you. NC, top 32 last year. NC. Let me see. That's a nice one. They beat HKSS. That's very impressive. We'll just have to keep our eyes on them. That's very interesting that these 3 are in the same side. So one of these is only going to be making it out. NC are good. All right, I'll keep my eyes out on them. Who are they playing this week? Let me see. 42 DP. So probably not the best match to consider it for, but I think this match could potentially be very good too. Because HKSS has potential to beat. So next week we could have a 2-1-1 and it going down to the last weekend. Could be nuts. Let me see. You're kind, but this is why we play Osiris League, big boy teams. Hey, we've already shown a 2.5 billion beating a 3.4. It can happen. It can happen, you know. Trust me, ask Rose, ask Snow, ask all those alliances last year that made it top 32. They were below 2.5 and they made it. Don't sleep on my boys, OB97. They're coming out of top 32 in Division 22. All right, we'll check them out. HKSS is second team HKL. Exactly, Denny. That's why I was surprised. I think they'll surprise this week, and then we're going to have a 2-1-1 in this bracket, in this group for next week. LOL, Rose will put 20K points on OB97. Oh, you got the trash talk coming out already. I love it. You love to see it. Watch them on the weekend. They trash. Dang. My boys in OB97 were top 32 from 39 White Tigers. Top 32 and Anubis is not the same as top. I can agree. I can totally 100% agree with Vanquisher's statement. So a lot of people don't understand, like, there's entire kingdoms in the Horus realm that literally dedicate their alliances to being really good at Osiris League. Not being really good at KVK, being really good at Osiris League. And that's something that Anubis teams haven't seen, which is the reason why in my bracket breakdown, I told y'all to keep an eye, because I felt like a lot of Anubis teams that came over that were really good aren't going to win their division because of that. They're going to sleep on Rose. They're going to sleep on Snow. They're going to sleep on those alliances, and those are going to be the ones that knock them all out. So, all right, here we go. Sorry, I talked too much. Here we go. Division 5. Here we go. Division 5. I still have... Oh, wait. No. Correction. I had DSP taking this one, but I was told that their team has changed. It has semi-changed. But until I've seen otherwise, I'm going to stick with DSP. All right, let's go. Division 6. No competition. They just got some nerves to shake out. We'll see. Division 6. Here's my big boy surprise. My number 2 surprise of the tournament. I have 81RZ still taking this Division 6 over BBTH. So that is my number 2 big surprise of the Osiris League that's going to be coming out. The other one I believe is a little bit further in, and I'll let y'all know what that one is. So, but I think this match right here, I think is going to be an absolute barn burner. I think it'll be one of the best matches we'll see in the Osiris League. So, all right. Stack division, dude, that division is very scary, because a lot of people, if I wouldn't have said anything, a lot of people wouldn't have known that 81RZ is the old 96RZ, and if that was the case, they would have come out of left field. LFAM good too. Yeah, LFAM is good, just not that good. LFAM is good, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to beat 81RZ, and they're not going to beat BBTH. That's 100%. I think they would triple stack on top of LFAM. Put it on their forehead 3 times. That's what I think. All right. Division number 7. I believe I think this one was kind of a toss-up for me. 93L has potential to take it. So, it's one of those, I put this one up in the air. And so, I think I gave it to SFS, but 93L could realistically take it as well. All right, division number 8, 166. I still have 166 taking it in this division. I think they'll beat out Ronnie's Alliance in Group C in order to take the division. They're just too good. They're just too stacked. So I think Z415 is very good. I just don't think they have the teamwork or the cohesion right now to really take it to 166. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'll put it that way. They do have a lot of veteran players on that team. All right, we got 19 people hanging out and 10 likes. Drop the like, ladies and gents. Appreciate it. Let me know in the comments who you're repping, what team you're from. UCS coming in number 1. I think they're going to absolutely still destroy this division. I think the only competition they'll have, like I said before, is NLK. So, but I still have UCS just coming out blazing. All right. Division 10. I still have NCB taking this division. So that's who I have right now. I am fairly impressed with 47. So I will keep them in mind, but I still have NCB taking this one. Smash Squad. Yeah, Smash Squad will take this pretty easy. I think the only competition is going to be 411L. Division 10 could be tough matchup. There are a lot of unknown teams in Division 10. Here, I'll go back real quick. In Division 10, there's a lot of unknown teams, and that's what makes it kind of scary. Is I've heard good things about VCR, about them. 47 NCB I already know about, and then F95K I've heard good things. So could be very sneaky, but we'll see. All right, division number 12, FN. This was my surprise as well. I have FN, who were in the top 4 in the Anubis realm last season. I have them losing to Snow, and Snow taking division number 12. So, like I said, I have high ranking Anubis teams that are going to be falling in divisional play. So, let me see. They might be New Kingdom, but still have tons of YSS, Theo, Chandra, and William. But if you don't know how to use them, it doesn't make a difference. You know, that's what a lot of people, I know a lot of y'all already know right now, like commanders will win you matches, but if you don't know the pairings to match them with, it doesn't make a damn difference what commanders you have. I've seen plenty of Theo YSS completely take a dump on the field. I've seen, you know, Theo Wu take a dump. I've seen, you know, Chandra William rallies. I've seen Chandra Attilas. I've seen them, and it's kind of like up and down. Some reports are really good and some are just straight dog shit. So, you know, it's all about finding that good medium where you can solidly hold Snow. Yeah, LOL, they do. It's not the commanders that separate the older kingdoms, it's the strategies. I think strategies separate old kingdoms against old kingdoms, but old kingdoms against young kingdoms, commanders make a huge difference. And that's going to be a difference. We're going to be seeing alliances that don't even have Chandra, William, you know, Theo, like some teams that don't have any of those going against teams that have nothing but those. So it's a huge difference. That's why, like, one of my I'm going to be coming out with a video for top 5 things that I think if Lilith can implement next season, it will make Osiris League even better than what it is right now. What you think in the top 32 teams will be if you had to make a prediction? That's what I'm doing right now, bud. I'm telling you who the division winners will be, and those are going to be our top 32. That's why I'm going through them right now. So Snow, I have winning division 12. Division 13, I have Navi still winning comfortably. Yeah, that's why I usually, when I do the breakdown in the preview, I do that because the winners of the divisions will be the top 32. Now the interesting part, here comes the interesting part. KVK might have single-handedly screwed some of these division winners, because remember, when they come back into top 32 for groups, they're going based on that current power, not on what they registered. So keep that in mind. So those teams that were 3.5 that dropped down to 3 are now going to be in the middle of the pack and not at the top. So keep that in mind. The placements are going to drastically be changing due to KVK. So those teams that might have been in the top 5 in when they registered could potentially fall down to like 10 to 15 and be stuck playing against really hard alliances, like in the groups of death and stuff like that. So keep in mind, it's going to be interesting. 13 Navi, 100%. 100%. I think if they have anybody to keep their eyes out on, it's going to be LIIT. I think they have good potential. I just don't think they have the strategy to take out Navi. The 2.4, 2.8 teams that had a tough KVK will struggle. Believe it or not, I think more teams in the 3 billion lost more power than the 2.4 to 2.8. So I know NCB got hit hard. They had players getting zeroed left and right. I know that Bunny was zeroing a bunch of players. I know 341 was zeroing a bunch of players. You know, so overall, I know it got really bad. On this one's interesting. I believe I had TX40. No, I had Sons of Destruction winning this division, which was going to be my surprise. But realistically, I could see these three teams going at it. And, you know, Sons of Destructions are very good. So if you sleep on them, you will lose as well. Yeah, but those bigger team players can lose troops and be fine. That's true. That's true. I can agree with that. The teams with 70, 80 mil players can't afford to lose troops. JWM is like losing pennies. Yeah. But JWM also has like the super stack team, so it's kind of hard. You know, the way I put it with a lot of people, and so they understand, is when JWM has more whales in their one alliance than 4 or 5 kingdoms combined, you know that's a problem. You know, that's, just look at JWM and count the 100 mil players on it, and I promise you, you could combine 3 to 4 kingdoms worth, and you still have less 100 mil players than what they have in just JWM. It's absolutely nuts. I did a little graphic for him, and it was absolutely absurd. I don't think I have it on me right now, but I can see if I can find it in a little bit. And it showed their roster from last season, and the lowest one I think was, like 95 mil. It was absurd, and he was a backup. So if you're going over top 32, who do you think top 8 will be if you had to make a rough estimate? Okay. Top 8. All right, let me see. I'm gonna have to use my fingers and toes. Here we go. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you based on what I've seen, what I think is gonna happen. All right, here we go. Top 8. I have 1 AVG, JWM. Now, keep in mind, I haven't seen any bracket. So when they lay out on the bracket, we could have a potential HKL versus JWM round 1, and somebody gets completely knocked out. So keep that in mind. I'm just telling you based on like teams that are really good, who I think the top 8 teams are, not based on a bracket. Once we do the bracket is when we're going to do the tournament. So top 8 teams: 1 AVG, JWM, HKL, OV, 411K. I have Navi. Oh my goodness. I have my surprise of the tournament coming out. I have LIIG. And then the last one is, for me, honestly, is a toss-up between Snow and Rose. I think one of those two will make it. So if you can tell by my top 8, I only had, I think, three that were in the Anubis realm last season. Or two in the Anubis realm and 6 from the horse. So that's who I have. I don't have BWN making it. I think they'll get knocked out by LIG, like a team like that. Smash Squad. I think the issue I have with Smash Squad is I think Smash Squad's strategy is lacking. They have very good fighters. Don't get me wrong. They have very good fighters, but their strategy is subpar compared to an HKL, an OV. You know, that's what I would say. Like, I would venture to say that LIIG strategy is far superior than Smash Squad. Because I've seen LIIG beat top teams that were in the top 4 last season in Osiris League. I haven't seen Smash Squad do that. So until I see it, you know, the proof's in the pudding kind of deal. So those are my top 8 right there. But the bracket could change that. So Division 15, here we go. I still have 1008 taking this one. Division 15, Division 16. I have C9N taking this division still. Division 17. So what does LIG strategy do better against a team like SW? What LIG does very, very well, and they do two things very, very well, and you see it in a lot of the top tier alliances. So one, they do something very similar to HKL, not as well as HKL, but they're very close, where when they're advancing to enemy structures, to forward facing structures, they come with a movement. You know what I mean? Like, you watch HKL, they're marching with like 8 to 10 marches with their rally. LIG does the same thing. You're never going to see the rally at an altar just getting rallied. You're going to see it rallied and swarmed, similar to how HKL does it. So they're very coordinated in their regroup spots, to where when the rally's coming, they march at the regroup spot and march to the structures. And so they always have forward facing presence on enemy buildings. So it's always putting their enemy on their back foot, because you're always having to do that. Yeah, exactly, Vanquisher. They're very, very quick on their decisions because they played together for a long time. They're very quick with decision making, and they're very active. So a lot of people, y'all know the saying, if you're going to fail, fail forward. I also firmly believe if you're going to fail as a team. Do it. Just make a decision and do it. If it's a bad decision, then okay, it's a bad decision, but at least do it as a group. Don't do it as a one-man crew trying to run 5 marches and kill everybody. Do it as a group, and if you mess up, then hey, next time you know better not to do it. So the other thing that LIG does very, very well is they swarm the shit out of the middle. And when I mean the mid lane, I mean they're coming out of every orifice on the fucking map. You're wondering if they're coming out of the goddamn statues. Like, they come out of the woodwork. So I've seen them completely dominate a mid lane and capture every single arc over and over, and it's like clockwork. So that's what I always say, the decider between a good team and a really good team is the kind of strategy you have for the mid lane, because more often than not, the Ark of Osiris will make a lower team beat a big team because of that. Just for the check out my team, Division 29. TX 96. All right, let me see it, Iron Rust. I'm at 17 right now. I'll go flip over to yours real quick. Let me see. 29. TX 96. Man, you lost. What? 397. Okay, so you're fairly young. I think I haven't seen the alliance, so maybe I'll change the name, but it's not uncommon for you to see that. With lower powered alliances, it's just not like they're young, they're new. The big decider you'll find out very quickly is going to be in the off season, similar to how 1AVG, all those teams did it. Is now, like, okay, this was our Osiris League team. Every single time we play Ark of Osiris, it's with the same team over and over and over and over. Like, you can't repeat it over and over, because then at some point your tendencies become commonplace. And you no longer have to call a bunch of shit out. People know who your name is, what your voice sounds like, stuff like that. So just keep your heads up, man. Our first Osiris League match, LOL. We ever used our strategy, so not butthurt about it. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, some of the strategies you're seeing right now aren't even their main strategies. A lot of the teams are saving that for group play, for that one match that everyone's going to look for. But what most people don't understand is, in group play, the way that the divisions are stacked this season, each group is going to be almost a group of death. It's going to be absolute madness. You're going to have teams like 411K in the same group as JWM, in the same group as LIG, and 1LN, or you can have a group like that and have multiple of groups like that. Like, it's going to be absolutely bananas. It's going to be insane, and only 2 can make it out of it. So that's going to be crazy. All right, we were on 17 real quick. Let me get through these, and then if y'all want me to, then we can kind of talk through it real quick. Let me see. I believe I had I don't remember what I had. I think this one was just a toss-up group. But after seeing it, I think I would go between 92 SK or 87 IB. All right, division number 18. Here we go. 1 AVG, 100%. I think 1 AVG is going to be a top 4 for those of you who wonder. I think they will be top 4, 1 AVG, this division. But that is being said, wait for it. If they can handle the mid lane, they will be top 4. I had to put the little asterisk next to it. Because when 1 AVG loses, they're losing because they lose the mid lane. So if they can strategize for the mid lane, they will be a top 4 for 100%. All right, let's see. Number 19. I have PTOL taking this division still. All right, let's see. Division 20. Here we go. HKL 100%. I don't even need to look. They're just above and beyond everybody else. It's just kind of absurd. LIG. I have them taking this division. So I think they're going to be a sleeper one. Bowser told you to talk up 1 AVG quite a bit, Nah, Bowser talks a lot of shit, man. Don't listen to that fool, man. Nah, I love Bowser. Bowser's cool. No, I really do. Like, I like 1 AVG because they're very strong. They're like, when the stuff that they're very, very strong at, they're very good at. But they also have stuff they're very bad at. So they're one of those like teams, like if you get them on the right day, they could beat anybody. But on an average day, they'll lose to anybody. And that's kind of the thing. I've seen LIG beat 1 AVG. That's why I'm saying, like, I've seen LIG beat them multiple times. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. And every single time LIG beat them, guess what happened? LIG captured all 3 arcs, both of those matches. So, you know, it's like that. 1 AVG is good at structure game, but they dedicate so much of their inner lane. Yep, exactly, Rum. That's exactly what it is. And I've kind of told them before, you know, that's why I like casting their matches, because they use them as not recruitment, as a resource to study. Because I cover that a lot, because like I'll do like keys to success before the matches, all that kind of stuff. And every single time I tell them mid lane presence early. When they played JWM, the key to success was get to mid lane early. And what happened? They came in late and then they got dominated in the middle. And it happened to all 3 arc captures. So, you know, certain teams have certain tendencies. So I will say that. But I won't reveal all their tendencies, all right, guys? Because trying to be fair here. Unless you're playing against Navi, then rip in chat. All right. I still have Rose. I have Rose taking this one in Division 22. So if I had to ask, I'm planning my Osiris League. Do you have any tips? Because my strategy is built off of white tigers. Yeah, watch HKL. So HKL, what HKL does is very simple, but it's very time oriented. So you have to be on point with your timing for HKL strategy. But what they do in their strategy isn't very complicated. It's just a matter of timing. So it's like if they have it down to a T where it's like, all right, guys, at 6 minutes and 23 seconds before the arc's gonna spawn, we're launching rallies to do this and crisscross, and then we're breaking in but they're doing it at like times. Like I'm not saying it's actual times. I'm just saying they have specific time frames that they're trying to do all these things in. Their break-offs are similar, but have little subtle changes every single time. But what HKL does very well is forward pressure, and that's what HKL is known for. You know, you're not seeing them with a bunch of troops on their altar and none forward facing. They would rather have their troops forward facing than surrounded, because they understand simple concepts like, okay, that's within 45 seconds of a march from my city. I can easily send something very quick if I need to. So you're not exaggerating, dude. And I've watched HKL plenty. I've watched more teams in the top 32 play to where I know the tendencies for Rose, for Snow, for I casted a lot of their matches. So you pick up little stuff like that. Even 411K, I have their stuff. 81RZ, I know what they like to do. Tendencies. I don't need to know their strategy to know their tendencies. And once you know the tendencies, then you can strategize for those tendencies to counter them. And that's how you plan against teams like that. I will tell you, probably 80% of the teams that are going to make top 32 are offensive minded. And then the other 20 are very defensive minded, but they're going to beat you really bad with their defense. So, like, I'll tell you, Snow beat people really bad last season, and all they did was triple stack their obelisk, swarm rallies, defend buildings, and then successfully run the arc. They didn't do very much forward pressure, but they captured every single arc that they could capture. They captured it. They defended their structures. They never lost them, and then they neutralized the enemy structures. They didn't have to hold them. They just never lost their structures. So there's little things like that. Division 22. Oh, I already said that. I have Rose winning Division 22. Oh, I selected it again. Come on now. Division 23. I still have OUO winning Division 23. All right, let me see. Division 24, JWM. I don't even need to look any further. Here we go. We can fly through the ones that we kind of already know. WOS, I'm pretty sure. This one's kind of a toss-up for me too. 26. I think it's going to be between TN and L359. I'm still not quite sure on that one, but it'll be close. On this one, I actually have between 179 KS and CB. I think originally I chose 179, I believe. But KS is improving. CB, I had never watched them, but they look very good, so they could surprise in this one. HKL comms must be crazy clear since they murder ball the middle so well. You would think that, but they don't murder ball. You gotta watch what they do. Watch what they do. They murder ball, but it's not the first thing that they're doing. That's the reason why they're so successful in the middle. The reason for their success isn't the murder ball. It's what they do leading to the murder ball that leads to their success. Hint, hint. For y'all to go check out. Y'all might not see it until next round or next stage because the teams, they probably aren't going to start doing it. I'll give you an example though. They do a pinch technique in the middle. So you'll always see people coming in through the bottom, but you will always 100% you will see them either launch rallies to the altars and break them off and then come through the top, or they crisscross rallies and then they break them off and come through the top. So essentially what they're doing is they're going to make a pinching motion right in the middle, and so it makes a pinch, and then the murder ball converges, they pop a skill, and now you're trapped. So that's what HKL does very, very well. They do a really nasty pinch technique every time. And when I mean time coordinated, every time. They wouldn't even need to call that out. Automatic for the exactly. They understand it's just fill my rally, guys, and the timing is down so good that they're launching their stuff and they don't even know where their rally's going, but they know, okay, it's going to the mid because they're looking at the time slot. You're not having to relay that much information because they're used to playing with each other. All right, let me see. 28. I think OV will still take it. OV is still very, very good. They're just not as good. I don't think they're good enough to win the whole thing, but they are very good. They have potential to sneak into the top 4 for sure. Let me see. This one, we'll give it to SX because they did beat their top 32 alliance. I don't really know any of these other alliances, so I'm still just gonna give it to SX. All right, let me see. Division 30. Here we go. B&W. I'm giving it to them. Division 32, 411K. I already have them. And Division 32. I really don't think GSB is going to win this. I really, really don't. I think Titans has potential to beat them. They do have a lot of power. Don't get me wrong. But I've heard really good things, and I've seen good things from them. So I'm expecting that. So we'll see. Let me see. Rum DT. HKL. Wait, let me see. HKL are their best because their open field presence is crazy. And they still pull 6K provisioning. But all your top 16 teams are going to pull 6K provisions. If they're not, then they're going to lose. That's one thing that Anubis didn't have to deal with that they will this season, is when you have JWM popping the farm skill, you know, they're popping that skill to increase farm speed and all that kind of shit. And then you have JWM pumping out 8.5, 9K provision. Like it's a real deal. For those of y'all who remember last season, JWM popped that skill non-stop, that one match, and it surprised the shit out of the enemy, and they ended up provisioning almost 2 to 3 times the amount that team did. So it's little micro strategies like that make a difference. But remember, at the end of the day, open field presence, it's the same number of players, it's the same number of marches. It's just a matter of how you coordinate your marches and what marches you're going to use. So HKL doesn't come out with a Boudica in the middle. I don't know whoever said send Boudica because she's OP needs to be slapped. So many Boudicas in KVK right now, it's absolutely absurd. But HKL comes correct. They know they're sending Guans, they're sending Alexes, they're sending Martels. You know, then they're sending their Chandras, they're sending their Attilas, they're sending stuff that has a purpose. And then they'll send some Ethels just to buff it out. Ethel Richards, they know the combos to send to complement their entire lane. And that's the trick. All right. Let me see. Okay. So we went through those. Whew. All right, folks. Let me switch over. I'm gonna switch over to that real quick. Hopefully y'all liked that recap. I know I did. Like I said, you know, hopefully y'all are enjoying this kind of content. I know those of y'all who joined us on our cast last weekend are enjoying the content. So definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. If you were dropping in our chat and you haven't subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. We're going to be pulling the same haul as last weekend. So we're going to be up at 3:30 a.m. casting that 9 UTC match. And we're going to be rolling those 4 matches 100%. So if you're down to roll with the Burrito Gang, definitely consider subbing to the channel, dropping a like on this video. We are at 17 people, 12 likes. Thank you so much for all those who dropped the like on the video. It's been insane growth. Like, I can't even tell y'all guys, and it's all because of y'all support. So thank y'all so much. I tip my hat to y'all, which I do have a hat, so I guess I could tip it for you. Give me 1 second. I got the cowboy hat. Dun, 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 dun. Tip in the hat. Boop, boop. So thank y'all so much, peeps. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I can't thank y'all enough. It's going to be a wild, wild weekend. So whew, I'm excited. We're probably going to be doing a couple other streams throughout the week. We'll see. They're kind of tentative just because of our schedule right now. But we may be playing some Call of Duty. We may be playing different games. I know that there's some events going on, so maybe we'll just do a chill stream and play some of the events. I'm not sure right now. I know 561, we're waiting for KVK, so I think that's going to get announced here in the next week. So yeah. So good luck to all of the teams and all the members who are in our chat right now that are going to be playing this weekend. Don't forget, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, you're there. You're one of the 512 people that actually made it, and you're playing against teams that you normally would never have played against. So just keep that in mind. You know, I know a lot of people want to win and they want to do that, but at the end of the day, if you got good people around you, you'll continue to grow, you'll get better, and, you know, you make some upsets. So, whew. All right, peeps, I think we're going to end up calling this one. We've been on, it's a shorter one today because we just wanted to do a recap. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. That we're kind of saving our strength because we're going to have another like 17-hour stream day on Sunday. And yeah, I think we're going to be streaming Saturday night too, possibly. So we'll see. Keep your eyes out for it. All right, peeps. So, like I said, I am Anthony with the Bulbaritos. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you love our content and you like this kind of content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like on this video. Smash it if you can. Hit the bell icon so you get notified of when we go live on our videos. Consider joining our Discord, where we are working on finalizing the tournament bracket for the upcoming Osiris League stage. So you can win some cool prizes, all that kind of fun stuff. It's open up to all our US based players. And yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy. Definitely look forward to chatting with y'all again. And yeah, see you all on the flip side. All right, Bulbaritos out.